Morning, guys. May 2nd, 2020. Just going to do a little coffee chat here. Just home with the dog, having some coffee. Figured I'd do a little video. Talk about a couple of things that people are always asking me about, and also going to do a little segment on some of the nasty jobs that I've done over the past that I remember. All right. It's May 2nd. May 6th in my state. It's mandatory that you wear a mask whenever you go into a public area where there's people around or a building. Inside or out, they said you have to wear a mask if there's people that you can't social distance from. Inside a building, everybody has to wear a mask or they'll fine you, from what they say. So that's a new thing now. Some kind of face covering they want you to wear. Uh, so if I go to like Stop and Shop or something like that, or Walmart or something, I always wear a mask. And some people do, some people don't. There's quite a few of men that they won't wear a mask. They don't even care. A lot of the females wear them, but it's going to be part of the governor passed an ordinance or a law that's going to take place. So I also get a lot of people ask me about my truck that I drive, my work truck. That was a FedEx truck that I had bought online. It's a Workhorse W42, and it's a 12-foot box, and it's a 14,600 gross vehicle weight. And the motor in it is a 275 International diesel, which is not the greatest motor in the world. It's probably one of the worst motors International ever made, from what they said. It's a shitty motor, and I had a lot of trouble with the truck. Seems to be a money pit. It's always something going with it, and if I did it again, I probably would get a different type of truck. I like the truck. I like working out of it, but it's really been a money pit. It's really been one thing after another going wrong with it. If I had to do it again, I would probably buy a brand new truck and keep it for 10 years and then get rid of it and get another brand new truck, because the amount of money that I put into this truck, I could have bought probably three trucks, brand new trucks, for the amount of money I put into this thing. So I probably wouldn't do it again, that particular type of truck, because it's a workhorse and you have to get everything to a workhorse, and it's like 3 times the price than if it was a GMC. So I wouldn't recommend it. I wouldn't do it again. Right, some of the nasty jobs that I have done over the past. The toilet I had to pull out with the turkey bones and was pretty nasty. Whenever you got to pull a toilet off that's got something stuck in it, and the people have been using the toilet, it's never a good thing, you know. Usually you kind of take it off, tip it on the floor, and get it cleaned out and get it working again, and have the people pick up the stuff, or tell them to clean all the stuff out of there before you work on it, type of thing. Well, that's never a good job. And the one with the turkey bones, that was a tenant, one of these Section 8 tenants that you don't get up till 12, 1 o'clock in the afternoon. They finally stumbling out of bed and finally let you into the house. And, oh, the toilet hasn't flushed for 3 days, she says. What'd you do? Did you put anything? Oh, I didn't put nothing down there. Well, when I pull the toilet and I find it's all full of flipping turkey bones right after Thanksgiving, she did. She dumped all the turkey down the toilet and tried to flush it to get rid of it, and it got stuck in the toilet, all full of turkey bones. Yeah, that was quite the job. That was a nasty one. Another nasty one that I had was this old farmer. I did a video on this. This old farmer, he was an old, I don't know, he was about 70 years old, this guy. And he was quite the character. He had all kinds of ducks, turkeys, and all kinds of wildlife outside, and I don't know what kind of farm he had. I think he did some kind of vegetables or something like that. He was quite the cat. He was quite the cat. He was kind of he had a crazy ass girlfriend that used to be over there feeding the ducks and screaming at him all the time. I said, "How do you put up with that shit?" He says, "Oh, she's hot." He loved her, but she was one crazy ass woman. Yeah. But anyway, let's get back to the story here with the boiler. So we had an oil fire boiler down in his basement, and he burned firewood. So he could always heat the house with firewood if he had to, but he liked to have the boiler so he could take a shower because he had a tankless heater. That's the only way he heated the water up. I used to go over there. He'd call me every 4 or 5 years to service his boiler. The thing would be all nasty. It's an old piece of shit. Should have been changed like 50 years ago type of thing. But anyway, I go down in there. And I have serviced it 6 months ago, and he called me, I got no heat. The thing's blowing all kinds of black smoke. I said, oh, the thing's all choked up. So anyway, I go down there, and I looked at the boiler, and I opened the door, and I start it, and that thing's blowing black smoke out the door. So I said, oh, this thing's going to have to come all apart and brush and clean this thing. So I go to take the smoke pipe off the top of the boiler. I can't get the smoke pipe off the top of the boiler. Come to find out, there was a duck that I don't know how it did it. Duck came down the brick chimney, got into the smoke pipe, the 7-inch smoke pipe, and was face down into the boiler. Now this thing's been in there for about a week, 5 days, a week, stinking. Been in there. The guy's been running the boiler, been cooking this flipping duck in there, right? Trying to get the boiler to work, and just cooking the duck, and the thing was stinking. So I finally got the smoke pipe off it, and I said, there's a flipping duck. Look at this. There's a duck stuck in this thing, and it was stinking bad. So he comes stumbling down the stairs, Guy's been drinking all night. Comes stumbling down the stairs, just about can stand up. And I said, hey, look at you. How the hell did the duck get in here? So, I was wondering where that duck went. He says, I didn't know what happened to it. I thought it flew to Coop. I come to find out it's down in the chimney and got down in the boiler somehow. So anyway, he's over there. I said, you got to get this duck out. I ain't touching that duck. Stinking. So he goes over there and starts ripping and tearing the duck out. Things all coming apart in pieces and stuff. And he's throwing it on the floor. He says, I'll take care of that. Don't worry. I'll take care of that. I'll get that duck out of here sometime this week. And I mean, this thing's stinking. So he says, what are you going to do? You going to go have lunch now? He says, that don't bother me. I said, I've been a farmer my whole life. A little bit of dead duck ain't going to kill nobody. The thing is stinking, So anyway, I got he's great, the character, laughing. So I get the boiler back up and running and got him heat, get his hot water going so he could take a shower. He was stinking worse than the flipping duck. It's been about a week since he took a shower. He was stinking too, the bugger. But anyway, what else we got? Oh, I got a couple other ones. I used to pick my daughter up when I got divorced. My daughter was like 7 back in the day, and I used to pick up my daughter every weekend and go take her out to eat on Friday, and then Saturdays she would go with me to do jobs. So had this one guy that was a builder. And he had all these houses, and he bought all these houses in New Bedford real cheap. They were like 6-family homes, and there was 4 of them on one property. 4 6-family homes on one property, like two apartments per floor, 3 floors. It was a 6-family, and there was 4 of these on this one property. And it was down where all the prostitutes were and the drug dealers. It was a nasty area. So when I went to go work over there, I didn't let the kids stay in the truck. I wanted her to come in with me because I didn't trust the area. So I went in there, 2nd floor. Guy had no heat. Go walking in over there. It was about 12, 1 o'clock by the time they were up. I said, well, where's the thermostat? You got no heat, right? Oh yeah, the thermostat's over there on the wall. So it was one of T87F thermostats, and my daughter's following me around. She'd bring her little coloring books with her and stuff, and to keep herself busy. But anyway, so I go take the T87. It's a round thermostat, T87F. I take the cover off, right? I take the cover off, and I start taking the screws off the thermostat. There's 3 little screws that hold the thermostat because I want to see if the wires are hooked up in there. As soon as I take that cover off, there was like 1,000 roaches that came out from under the thermostat, and they ran along the wall, all different directions. I mean, just everywhere. Flipping little tiny roaches. I just dropped the thermostat right there and I left. Whenever I see roaches, I'm done. I don't want nothing to do with them. So yeah, that was pretty nasty. And a lot of these main drains, a lot of you guys wonder why I don't do main drains, because they could be a real nasty job, snaking main drains. So that's another one that I don't like doing. Main drains. I want nothing to do with them. And then this other job I did that was really nasty. This guy was running for mayor in the city of New Bedford back in the day. And he was like a homeless guy. Really nice person. Easy to talk to. Really nice person. But he was like a homeless guy. So I don't know. I think he had issues or something. But he was running for mayor and stuff. and somebody had let him stay in one of their apartments that he had because he was a homeless guy, and it was like an old house in the city. Must have been like a whaling house or something. One of the whaling captains had it. Was beautiful, all nice stairways and beautiful radiators. A real nice house. Well, this guy was living in one of these apartments in this house. There was like 4 different apartments in this one big house, and I walked in there to do work on the toilet because the toilet wasn't working. The toilet was so nasty and so black and never been cleaned. Things never been cleaned. The thing was completely black on the inside, looked brown and green, and unbelievable how dirty it was. And the tub was just as bad. The tub was a white porcelain tub, with tile on the wall. The tub was so black. The only part that in the tub that was white, where the guy used to stand and it had his feet, you could see the 2 spots where his feet were, where he'd take a shower. Them are the only 2 spots that were white in that whole tub. The rest of it was like a brown color. Flipping gross. I've never seen nothing. I didn't do videos back then. I wish I would have did videos of that. I mean, that was one of the worst things I've ever seen in my life. That was really bad. There's been other ones over the years, but them have been some of the bad ones. I just figured I'd do a video. I think I might have did video on some of these before, but just wanted to put something up. Haven't had much going on. This week I got a couple of calls came in. Monday I got to do a couple of jobs for a guy, and I've been screening the people as the calls come in. People that I know, seeing if they're sick. And if they're not sick, I tell them I consider going in there if I'm wearing a mask and they stay away from me. And I got to kind of pick and choose, but I'm going to be doing one tomorrow. I got a couple of boiler and fix a shower for a guy. And I know that he's a teacher. He hasn't been working, and his mother is she's an elderly lady. She's been home right along. So he says they're not sick. I don't think that they're sick, but I'll go in there with a mask, and I told him he's just got to stay away from me if I'm going to be going in there, and because I need to start working again, and I'm thinking about ramping it back up if it's safe and I'm screening people and I'm doing that. And if I do go in, I definitely wear a mask, and they'll have to wear a mask and all that stuff. But that's what I'm planning on doing. All right, just wanted to do a quick little video of some of the nasty jobs that I experienced. Some of these I did videos on, like the lady with the turkey bones in the toilet. I did a video of that. The one with the duck in the boiler. I did a video of that. The one with the roaches on the thermostat. No. The guy with the nasty tub in the toilet. I don't think I did a video on that, but just some of the stuff. All right, guys, just a little quick one. You're gonna say bye, Molly? You're gonna say bye to the people? You're gonna say bye to the people? All right, it's my buddy Miss Molly hanging out with Daddy on a Sunday. All right, guys, take it easy.